All right, so we're diving into something pretty interesting today.
Yeah, sounds like it.
It all started with this phrase that's kind of blown up in the groove community.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
This ain't a 20,
Interesting.
and it's all tied to this player named Rynker.
Okay.
He's featured in a video called Midwest Posers, playing a song called Caprice.
Midwest posers, huh?
Yep, and the whole thing has sparked this huge debate.
Makes you wonder what's going on there, right?
Absolutely. So to figure out why this ain't a 20 is such a big deal, we got to understand what makes a song a 20 in ITG.
Especially in the stamina scene.
Right, like what even is ITG stamina?
Well, luckily we have Dom ITG breaking it down for us.
Perfect.
He explains that it's this whole different way of playing ITG.
Different how?
It's not so much about hitting like the super intricate steps.
Oh, interesting.
It's more about endurance. Like, can you keep up with these crazy long and fast songs?
Oh, wow. So those songs with like never-ending streams of arrows?
Exactly. It's like a marathon for your feet.
Whoa, that sounds intense.
It is, Dom even calls it ITG stamina.
I can see why.
And get this, he actually compares it to getting a runner's high.
Really?
Yeah, that feeling of pushing yourself to the absolute limit, being totally in the zone.
I kind of get it now, but how does this all connect to this ain't a 20?
Well, to understand that, we have to look at how skill is measured in the stamina scene.
Okay, so how do they do that?
There's this thing called your number.
Your number.
Yeah, it's basically the fastest 32 measure stream you can pass.
Oh, so like a speed test for your feet?
Pretty much. And then you have block level, which shows the difficulty.
Like how hard the song is.
Exactly. And there's actually this spreadsheet made by a player named Sidro.
A spreadsheet.
Yep. It lists everyone who's cleared block level 20 and above.
So the top players in stamina.
Right. That's like the elite tier.
Makes sense.
So when someone says, this ain't a 20,
Yeah.
they're basically saying that song doesn't cut it as a real stamina challenge at that level.
It's like saying you climbed Mount Everest when you really just hiked up a small hill.
Exactly. And that brings us back to Rynker and Caprice.
Okay, so what's the deal with that?
Well, Caprice is considered misrated by a lot of people in the community.
Misrated.
It means the song's difficulty is seen as inflated compared to other 20-rated songs.
So it's not as hard as it seems.
That's the idea. So when Rynker plays it and acts like it's this huge 20-level achievement,
Yeah.
it raises some eyebrows, especially among the competitive stamina players.
Especially in a video called Midwest Posers, right?
Exactly. There's definitely a layer of calling someone out there.
Like maybe he's trying to make himself look more skilled than he actually is.
That's a possibility, and that's where the whole poser idea comes in.
I see. So this ain't a 20 becomes a statement about like authenticity and keeping the standards of the stamina community high.
Yeah, it's like saying, hey, we see what you're doing, and it's not a genuine representation of skill at that level.
So it's not really about the song itself. It's about what it represents within the whole skill hierarchy of the community.
You got it. And that's where things get really interesting.
All right, well, I guess we have a lot more to unpack then.
We do, but we'll save that for later.
Yeah, let's take a break and come back to this ain't a 20 saga in part 2.
Sounds good.